Hello, everybody. Welcome back to a brand new movie review. This one is for Babygirl. Now, watching this movie, it gave me the vibe of the movie Fatal Attraction. It reminded me of that movie a little bit, but from a different perspective. That movie was about a man having an affair at work, and Babygirl is the woman who's having the affair. Now, this is a very hard rated R film, and I would say similar to Port Tense in on that level. If you have seen the movie Port Tense, you know what I mean about that. But I think Baby Girl goes even further than Port Tense. And this is a very adult film and a very sexy film. And it's a Christmas movie. And this film is focused on older women. And that's very interesting to explore here because Nicole Kidman suddenly looks older in this movie. And I think it's a very brave performance in that regard. And I think Nicole Kidman is addressing that she's still very much interested in this kind of activities and has this desire. And it's about even more than that. I think something else that is very fascinating about this film is that it also deals with issues of control, not just for women, but for everybody. And that's as our lives become more and more controlled and dictated by technology, we become more isolated and compartmentalized. And Nicole Kidman's character here runs an Amazon type shipping company where everything's done by robot. And the sense of not being in control makes you feel more alive. And so, because she's so extremely regimental, she wants to go an extreme level of not of being out of control. So that's also very interesting, and that's what's interesting about the main plot of this movie. She knows it's really bad, and I think she does a good job of capturing that. And she's a very successful female executive who feels like there's something very important missing from her life. She's married to Antonio Banderas, character here, and she doesn't find that relationship fulfilling, which is fascinating. There's a lot of interesting comments this movie makes here, and she makes a very interesting comment about the personality type that help her become more successful, and how that's also problematic for her. There are so much interesting elements to this movie for sure, but I also did. I think that the film has an incredibly strong ending, and that ending really, the whole movie is great, but that ending put the movie for me on 11. And I even was like, damn, that's was an great ending. Like I was unsure how they were going to end the up, and I thought they came up with an excellent ending, a very interesting choice to make for sure. As for Harris Dickinson, I think he deserves a lot of credit for making this movie work. He's able to do a level of flirting in a way that doesn't make him seem nefarious, but it's just his strategy. And in some is very effective. And I think his character sees that and goes for it. And you can see his trepidation. I think he did a very strong nuance performance here. I think the movie wouldn't work if they they haven't Nicole Kidman and Harris Dickinson in it. I think they both actors brought the A game when it comes to the performance here. And As for Antonio Banderas, he plays a very successful better husband, which I thought was interesting, and he did a good job with it. I'm still thinking about his role. Right after. Now, let's talk about the Oscar chances for this film. Every year, the Oscars like to go in a different direction. I think this could get a Best Picture nomination for sure, and Screenplay, and Best Actress for Nicole Kidman, and maybe score. The score of this movie was so great out there. It really elevated the scenery here. So I highly recommend you go and see this.